conversation, given any thought to using like a large venue, an arena or a stadium or something like that, to house migrants and have all these social services there that can just have them all in one place and get served?
Yes, I believe in that concept of putting people in the setting and have all those services, the wraparound services that are needed. And we have been attempting to identify locations that we can do so. We need, the federal government has land here. We need that land open. We have been in conversation with the state to look at some of the state locations. And the governor has fully understood the urgency of the moment. And there's a real collaboration that we are attempting to do to get spaces to do just that.
Do you know that we owe Ukrainians reparations for building and defending this nation? Oh, my bad. I meant to say Black Americans. Notice how there was not one study, not one hearing needed before sending billions of dollars to Ukrainians nor any other group. Yet, when the topic of reparations for the descendants of American slaves is mentioned, we get told a motley of excuses. And I know some of you want to blame the Republicans, but it is for the Democrats that Black Americans vote 85 to 95%. And the Democrats have been complicit in their neglect of Black Americans as well. Maybe it's time we elect politicians that are actually going to fight for us. Maybe it's time we do something different, something better. Join me in getting us not just better, but the best. Join me in this fight. Thank you.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome once again to the Beatzilla PDX official show. I am your host, Beatzilla PDX, officially. And this is the midweek report. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's see what we got here. Let's get this going. All right. So, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for another conversation. Now, this will be a little different. So this we're actually gonna try a call in, see if y'all. I did a poll recently on this channel to see if you guys wanted to do more call-ins. So you guys said yes. So we will see how that goes tonight. We will take a shot at it. And one thing, let me let y'all know. I wanna make sure we keep the calls going and flowing. So this is what I'm gonna do tonight. So when we open up the lines and you start your call, we're gonna do this. We're gonna give you 2 minutes. So we're gonna give you 2 minutes to make your point, land your plane, and we will keep the show rolling. So if that is all right with y'all. So with that being said, let me see who we have in the chat. Let's see what we got here. Blueberry Muffin in the house. Welcome, welcome. Capricornus in the house. Welcome. Karen Armstrong in the house. Welcome. Dead Serious. What is going on? Dark-skinned brother in the house. Lady Effa. Film Animation Art. Welcome, welcome. One Who Cares. Welcome. From the St. Louis. Yes, indeed. Rhonda Smith, good evening. All right. All righty, all righty. So as y'all are coming in, please like and share. Please like and share. We had some interesting things happen this week. We had Joe Biden go to the historic Ebenezer Baptist Church. So we're going to visit Sunday service on this broadcast today. And then, also another little brief piece as well. Just kind of taking a reflection also back, a blast from the past concerning Dr. Martin Luther King. Because, of course, this was his birthday week, is his birthday week. And they had the celebrations on Monday. That was the national holiday. So going to take a look at some of the things that took place this weekend. Tia, to you in the house. Peace, peace. Welcome, welcome. All right, let me see where we are at. Okay, I got to get something else in here. Okay. However, I came across this because I want to briefly hit this point. Because a lot, of course, the conversation of reparations is the main conversation in the world today, whether they like it or not. So with that being said, this Asian lady, I believe this is like an OPB interview. She made mention of how these people, the dominant society, typically takes a turn when Black folks start asking for tangibles. Then they start pivoting to the Asians. So check this out, because I found this to be very interesting.
In relation to the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, which is stuck in the Senate right now, may not make it out, and also in relation to the March 2021 report released by an International Commission of Human Rights Experts calling systematic racist police violence against Black people in the U.S. a crime against humanity. This was released just a few months before
It
the
is.
COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act was passed. And I think it's very dramatic that International Human Rights Report got almost no U.S. media or governmental attention, but the COVID.
Now, what does that say? What does that say about the deliberate pivot? That's no accident. Now, they have a study. That's their study. But they're going out of their way to pivot. Very interesting. Good old America.
19 Hate Crimes Act passed with huge margins in the House, and in the Senate it passed 94-1. So I am a political scientist, but I rarely count, but 94-1. And so the question is why, right? Why the COVID-19 Crimes Act is passed that? And I think relates to a much larger story that I'm trying to cover in my new book about why it is that when the U.S. state is being called out by.
I know why. Here, let me show you something real quick. Get that on the screen. That should. I don't know why I'm not seeing that. Okay. I don't know why I wasn't seeing it. All right, there we go. See, all of those people on the screen right there are all related. There's no side here. There's just family. So that's not right nor left, Democrat nor Republican. That is just simply family out there, making sure that they take care of the code. So the one wing of the same bird representing both sides' interests at the end of the day. So that's why they did the pivot, and the vote ended up so quickly passed. No opposition whatsoever.
Why it is that when the U.S. state is being called out by Black critique, by the Black freedom struggle, whether it's at home or abroad or both, why, at those moments when it's being called out, does it turn to do something nice for Asian Americans? This is a pattern that we have seen historically, and it raises the question: who gets what out of the state favoring Asian Americans over Black people?
I'll tell you what happens. Black folks do not get reparations. That's why there's always been pivots. Black folks ain't getting the anti-foundational Black American hate crime bill. That's something that's very apparent. Get a anti-crime against, foundationals. Why not? Project Leroy in the house. What is going on? Yes, indeed. You said they already done chose the side. Judah Queen. Yes, indeed. That's all right. Little tardy, but here, that's all good. You are here. So she's making a great point, and I'm glad that she's making it, because at the end of the day, our own supposed advocates won't say nothing for us. And then the only person that could do this is the one person that they tell you all to shun. Ain't that something? Wonder what's going on here that was such a threat. Just saying. So today what we are talking about is embracing invisibility. And I've talked about Bayard Rustin before. So he's one of these other betrayers of Dr. Martin Luther King, in my view, in my opinion. But there were others. Such as this one here, Julia Brown. These are a lot of the parts of the whole civil rights movement and era that they really don't talk about. But I just want to give y'all a sneak peek on, you know, where just it give you an idea of what this literally
to watch
means.
These old niggas.
Listen to this, family.
Calm simps, and the cause of it all was communist dominated. The riots in this country are absolutely communist inspired and communist dominated. When I was a member of the Communist Party, the communists ordered me to incite other of my people to riot.
I'm Julia Brown. For 9 years, I was a member of the Communist Party, serving as an undercover agent for the FBI. During that time, I learned that the communist conspiracy had been planning and working for years to bring violent revolution to America. It was to be a communist revolution, but the great majority of the American people would not be allowed to realize that until it had already happened. If all goes according to the communist blueprint, Americans will believe that the chaos and violence has something to do with civil rights.
Now, do you see how maniacal that is? So what are you gathering that you're hearing right there? You understand what I'm saying? You are hearing this woman. Now you heard the later confession, and then it's showing you a flashback onto how she was inciting a certain wave. So what did she say? She spent 9 years. 9 years, not 9 months. 9 years being an infiltrator for the government against black movements. And then to basically, as soon as violence starts happening, start using the civil rights as the reason why the violence is happening. That's a cold pivot, ain't it? Sound kind of like Black Lives Matter Antifa today?
Our enemies were quick to find our weakest point for their attack. They knew that racial differences could provide them with an excellent wedge to divide our people. Their strategy simply has been to keep hammering on that wedge, to drive it deeper into our social structure, to open all wounds that have long since healed, and deliberately to create new ones wherever they can.
Does that sound familiar to anybody and people that you hear today? I mean, just go through your mental Rolodex. I mean, because right there you just heard what the play was, right? It's been a successful game. Because let me just show you something. This is how long ago that was. Just to put that in perspective for you. This is how long ago this video was. You understand? Yeah. Let's hear some more.
Now, this doesn't mean that there isn't a legitimate need for the advancement of civil rights for many of our Negro citizens. Of course, there is a need there. Otherwise, communist agitators posing as civil rights leaders could never hope to enlist massive support for their schemes. The aspirations of Negroes for full equality were not created by...
Did you also hear the other word? Their schemes. You know, another term that is used in, like, when people are talking about schemes and schemers and scammers and stuff like that, is grifter. Grifter would be a relative term as well. I mean, I'm just saying, man, go through your mental Rolodex and just see how often do you hear these terms. Now, either it's a person that got fooled or a person that was sent to do the fooling. But nonetheless, when you hear certain terms, when you hear certain phrases and you're hearing them today, well, we are hearing them from what they meant back then and what the objective was. Because this is targeted at Dr. Martin Luther King. You do understand that, right? What she's doing right now is to undermine Dr. Martin Luther King. That's what she's sent to do. Are you seeing? I mean, I'm not saying anybody out here, but I'm saying look at a movement. Look at a movement. You have everybody calling it something that they will. Cult, this and that. Back then it was communist. Now it's hate group. And I'm just asking, can you in your own mental Rolodex draw comparisons and draw the lines between the two? I'm just asking. We'll continue.
They are used by communists in such a way that idealistic Americans of all races can be tricked into implementing the communist blueprint for revolution. Having been on the inside of the Communist Party, it's easy for me to recognize this revolutionary agitation in disguise. But the average American finds it's hard to believe that something as worthy and noble sounding as a civil rights movement could possibly be a communist maneuver.
Communism must be built with non-communist.
What? Like I'm saying, just take communism away. I'll say in this term, replace communism with white supremacists. Have you been hearing the weird correlation with black people and white supremacy? Have you been hearing those things lately? I'm just playing you the playbook. Just sharpening those skills for you. What's this? Oh, wow. So see what they're comparing Martin Luther King to and the civil rights. So like I guess the reparations movement? No similarities there, I guess, right? I mean, you're not seeing anything similar, are you? Yeah.
The revolutionary accepts reform in order to use it as a cover for his illegal work.
By concealing the true communist objectives behind appealing slogans and pretended humanitarian goals, the conspirators are able to dupe hundreds of uninformed opportunists and misguided idealists into supplying the non-communist hands needed in the overthrow of this republic.
Now, who remembers the Mark Lamont Hill, Michael Eric Dyson interview? Nothing sounds familiar from that now, does it? I'm just saying. Just go back through your mental Rolodexes and connect those dots. That's all I'm saying. Notice also how you heard the white woman and then or the black woman, and then immediately you start hearing the stern voice of the white man. And this is what we have to do, and we have to eradicate these problems. Just saying.
We can and must write in a language which sows among the masses hate, revulsion, and scorn.
So now look at what they're doing. They're putting, like, these are Russian communists. So what are they're trying to tie them more to, like, the Russians. They're like Ruskies, the commies. Come on, man. So this is what civil rights is like. Civil rights is being likened to communism. Like I said, what would you look at? Today, white supremacy. You guys are acting like white supremacists. You guys are acting like a cult. Hate group. You're hearing target words.
Members and front organizations must continually embarrass, discredit, and degrade our critics. When obstructionists become too irritating, label them as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic.
Has any of those things happened recently?
Constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public.
Oh, repetition. Does that part sound familiar to anybody either? Ah, wow. Man. All right.
Mine.
By duping the American public into turning a deaf ear to the voices of warning because the topics were controversial or because the patriots themselves had been ridiculed as extremists, racists, fright peddlers, the conspirators were ready to move one step closer to their hidden goals by precipitating mob violence.
Do I even have to tie that one in? Oh, boy. That, you just got to see. Divide the people. Create appearance of popular support. Neutralize the opposition. Precipitate mob violence. I mean, we have seen all of that happen. We have literally seen all of that happen.
Riots, demonstrations, street battles, detachments of a revolutionary army. Such are the stages in the development of the popular uprising.
Now, again, look at the optics. Listen to the vocal, the change in vocal. So it's, you know what they're doing. So this is what they're trying to instill in basic American public, and understand this is the opposition that you have. And hey, these black folks are going to start taking these black people are going to start coming at you with these ideas, and they're going to start creating trouble. So what do you have to do? You have to actually proactively call them violent. Hey. And then you start making false comparisons, AKA projecting.
The Communist Party will educate and organize the working masses for mass strikes and mass demonstrations. It is through struggles that the working masses are prepared for the final conflict for power. As these strikes grow in number and intensity, they acquire political character through unavoidable collision and open combat with the capitalistic state. Mass action culminates in insurrection and civil war.
Could one say that the call for reparations was inevitable? They sure obviously thought so. Now let's look back again. We are reflecting on Dr. Martin Luther King. All of this was to circumvent the civil rights movement, i.e., Dr. Martin Luther King. Same thing that you heard with that black woman talking with her treacherous ass. So just think that's the type of people they put around you. She was down with somebody for 9 years. Trusted, tested, supposedly. Just as crooked as all get out. There's another little piece of her talking. Let me play this other little snippet, and then we'll get into the Joe Biden piece.
For 9 years, I was a member of the Communist Party, serving as an undercover agent for the FBI. During that time, I learned that the communist conspiracy had been planning and working for years to bring violent revolution to America.
Okay, so that's the same part from the other one. So, but, Lord. So, yeah, that is the same one. I got the same audio on it. So, just understand, when you're in a movement, this is the same movement. He was pushing for reparations. This is what the issue is. Oh, here, let me play this before we get to that other part. Let me play this audio because I don't know how they be getting down. So I'll just play the audio. Let me be careful. But check out this interview of Dr. King.
Experiences yourself. Are you afraid?
No, I'm not. My attitude is that this is a great cause. It is a great issue that we are confronted with, and that the consequences for my personal life are not particularly important. It is the triumph of the cause that I'm concerned about. And I have always felt that ultimately along the way of life, an individual must stand up and be counted and be willing to face the consequences, whatever they are. And if he is filled with fear, he cannot do it.
And that's why they always try to push fear on black folks. Fear and forgiveness. So if you ain't in the forgiving spirit, you in the forgiving, you either forgiving or fearing. That's a damn shame. Oh, and real quick before we go further, I was talking about they were going to try to make a pivot going into climate, so-called climate justice or whatever, and then starting to push that climate reparations. That's also another tactic that they keep in the wind and in the stash. Well, recently, y'all might have seen they talking about the Greta, whatever the hell her name is, Greta Thunberg or whatever her name is. She got arrested at a protest or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, somebody caught some other footage. This is the so-called arrest.
You also want those for you guys? Wie sieht's denn aus mit der Abbasstraße? Was mit der?
Oh man, she's getting arrested. Oh man, click, 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 click. And they were really pushing this. I was looking in my, like, you know, you get your notifications in the news on your phone, and this is what was actually happening. Man, if you don't miss me, trying to tug on heartstrings for the little white girl over there getting fake arrested. Get out of here. Plantation mentality. Oh man, that ain't even plantation mentality. That's just you believe the people are sheep at that point. Let's see where we at here. Hold on, where you at? Looking for this video. Oh, hold on. Oh, meanwhile, let me play this. I thought I had the church joined in here already. All right, let me get this in here.
Including your wife, who I understand is birthday today? Well, look, my wife has a rule in her family. On somebody's birthday, sing happy birthday. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alan. Happy birthday to you. Well, tell turning 30, but you got to, but congratulations.
Do you understand how out of touch you got to be doing that? Now you recognize where he's at, right? He's literally sitting at an and on Martin Luther King, and you singing that bird song in front of a room of black folk. Happy birthday to you. If you want somebody that absolutely can demonstrate to you that they don't really actually hang around black people, there you go. Oh wow. Oh, that is just too funny. Happy birthday. And they just still really trying to overdo it. Like this dude somehow is concerned about the plight of black folks. Are you kidding? You can see how you can hear and witness how out of touch with our community he is. It makes no sense whatsoever. Where is this video? Okay, am I gonna have to get this in here another way? Because this is crazy. What's going on? Bear with me, family. Oh, okay. This is still downloading, I guess. Okay, yeah, bear with me 1 second. It is still downloading. Oh, and of course, y'all know Keisha Lance Bottoms is now working at the White House. Or whatever that is. But very interesting. It's like, dang, y'all just need black faces and black bodies up there. Like, I don't even understand what her position is supposed to be. But it, you know, she's a black face and she's a black woman, so it works. Bottoms up.
You know, it's been said that when America catches a cold, then Black America catches the flu. Well, that's also into the economy. We often know that communities of color and those communities that often face.
Let's do that again.
It's been said that when America catches a cold, then Black America catches the flu. Well, that's also in relation to
Black.
the economy. We often know that communities of color in those communities often face additional challenges, have additional challenges with the economy. The great news is that the economy is doing much better under this administration. Also, the president is going to continue to lean in to make sure that we have access to resources that are specific to communities of color, that are specific to women, to give us those opportunities to be successful in this economy.
Started with black, ended with everyone else. Women, and what do I always tell y'all? That don't mean black women. And I'm sure there's somebody that belongs to a sorority talking about that. Well, yeah, that mean black women. Of course, no, not the bougie ass. I'm talking about all black women. You understand me? I'm just saying. Let's not play it overly technical. Is that people do that? Well, you know what we mean here. You know. That's that's typical. Okay, let me see if this is in here now. Hopefully this will load. We will see. We will see. Come on. Hopefully it ain't too big. Come on. We'll see. Oh, all right. All right. So it did. It did load. So this is what I'm going to spend the bulk of the time on between this and calls. So we're going to go through this video. I'm going to skip through it. Of course, it's a longer video because it's the whole service. But we're going to go through this, just some bits and pieces. I really want to get to Joe Biden's speech in front of a group of black folks, at a historically famed church where Martin Luther King is known to have pastored, or a father had pastored, and I think he pastored at a time as well. Well, Raphael Warnock is there now. And, out of all things shameful, boy, y'all down there that let this man come in there and use y'all as one of the most biggest photo optic pander schemes in modern history for political gain, y'all should be ashamed of yourself. So without further ado, let's go to church, y'all. Let's go to church.
Let's go. The presence of the Lord. I feel it in the atmosphere. The presence of the Lord is here. Come on, make a declaration, church.
Oh Lord. So first off, just peep on how the timing. Look at this. This is just sad. Sad. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves, man. I mean, this is shameful. And my man with the super tight suit on back there, he happy. He got an audience. Sitting around looking like, what's going on? Why he look lost? All right, well, we're going to turn that off real quick. So, here's what's going on. They're real happy to I mean, this just does not look good. Now, I'm sure he's feeling like, oh man, this is great. Oh, I'm winning. I'm getting over on these blacks. They're definitely going to come out and vote for me. to really get a true read of the temperature, man, of the community. Like, this ain't it. This is, I mean, you're at a church of a pastor who barely beat Herschel Walker. It took $80 million in a runoff. They had to come out of pocket to get that dude over the hump. Oh, my Lord. Lord. Family. Why is he just standing there? Oh, man. This is absolutely classic. Like, what is it? I said, if you want to know about a white person that has never, ever really hung around black folks, take him to church. I mean, he can't find a rhythm to save his life. They over there, now you got a whole choir rocking behind him. They got dancers with streamers and, oh yeah, okay. Oh Lord.
Praise the Lord, everybody. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord.
Ooh-wee.
Our feet shall stand within thy gates.
Cliche.
Oh, magnify the Lord
Cliche.
with me.
Yes,
and let
sir.
us exalt
All right.
God's name together.
Oh, cringy.
Today is the Lord's Day. We celebrate the birthday of the greatest American prophet of the 20th century, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. Come on, let's hear it for Dr.
With
King.
Joe Biden. So we're here celebrating the birthday of America's greatest prophet, Dr. Martin Luther King, here with the prodigy of the segregationists who were sicking dogs on these
We
folks.
celebrate Dr. King.
Beating the hell out of them in
He
Selma.
was great because he understood that
Shout out
greater
Joe
is
Biden.
the one who is within you than the one who is within the world. If you bow down before God, you can stand before any person
Nigga, the cliches.
or any problem.
Oh, I mean, no offense, family. Any folks out there? Hey, no, I mean, you know,
Love,
let me get past this. I can. There's only so much I could take. They singing hymns? All right. Great is thy faithfulness, but the devil sitting off up in there with you. Wow. Like I said, great is thy faithfulness, but Joe Biden sitting up in there.
And the great patriarch of all of us, not just the mayor.
This is disgusting at a minstrel show. Absolutely.
Got a lot of other titles, ambassador.
Like I said, with all the streamers, come on.
Martin Luther King Jr., our hero, Ambassador Andrew Young is here.
Lord. Now, I started with the one video for a reason, and I'll go ahead and just let that roll and turn it off. Though I started with the one in the first place because this is something I want y'all to understand. See, at the time when you had people making a stand, they also remembered they had to infiltrate that in a solidified way as well. Now, so look at what you have. You went from being a place to where these were people who would fight the segregationists, and now you have those people sitting in those positions who literally aid them in destroying their own communities, especially the future of their own communities. That's super wicked. That is super duper wicked. And nobody should be content with themselves for doing that to anybody. Like, you're doing that to your own folks on a grand level. And we already heard about the stuff that shady stuff that Raphael Warnock has done. But this is shameful. And these black folks sitting in here letting this go on ought to be ashamed of themselves, man. You are being used as a prop. He ain't in there to worship with you. He in there to use you.
The bishop of the AME Church for Georgia is here. So grateful for all of the clergy who are here. Bishop Jackson, good to see you, sir.
Oh, y'all done came in there to show up for Massa.
All gathered in the house of God. We drink from the same fountain. We share in the same spirit, whether in the sanctuary or online. This is a house of prayer.
All right, let's get to it.
Before you,
Lord, the preliminaries.
Forgive us for relying on ourselves rather than leaning on you. Forgive us.
Oh, Lord.
And we come each year to lift up Martin Luther King Jr. and so many others. Because Langston Hughes perhaps said it best. America.
Who's older, Andrew Young or Joe Biden? Good question.
And is to come.
Who's younger?
We are pushing towards those ideals.
I think
and
Biden.
So we are inspired by his life of service. We are also inspired by the way in which he has transformed his pain into power.
Yes, indeed. Oh, Andrew Young is younger.
Biden is no stranger to suffering and to grief. But his faith has sustained him through it all.
What?
He is a devout Catholic. This Baptist service might be a little bit rambunctious and animated. But I saw him over there clapping his hands.
Relatability. Yes, thank you. Good Negro.
Many have come to the pulpit of Ebenezer Church. We've had presidents before. President Jimmy Carter has stood in this pulpit.
One-timer.
George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama.
Oh, so all of you have been used.
The first sitting president to deliver the sermon on a Sunday morning.
What he just said. You got this man up here delivering a sermon.
Warm it up for you.
On Sunday morning at Ebenezer Baptist Church.
That's how we Baptists do. And then the next voice you will hear is that of the 46th President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Boule, 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 Woo!
Yes, if you want to say that I was a drum major, say that I was a drum major for justice. Say that I was a drum major for peace. I was a drum major for righteousness. And all of the other shallow things will not matter. I won't have any money to leave behind.
So this is how we're going to lead him in to speak. This is shameful. Absolutely doggone disgrace.
Help somebody. And as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word of song, if I can show somebody he's traveling wrong, then my living will not be in vain.
If I can help somebody.
Oh, I'm so done.
Of the world, I've been doing this for a long time, but this is intimidating following. Y'all are incredible. And let's lay one thing to rest. I may be a practicing Catholic. I used to go to 7:30 Mass every morning in high school and go to college before I went to the black church. Not a joke. Andy knows it.
Damn, he be lying, don't he? I mean, he don't get up there for 2 good solid minutes before he start lying to black folks. Damn it.
Andy, it's so great to see you, man. You're one of the sweet
Right. That's right.
Andy and I took on apartheid and didn't want to see him.
Jeez.
But we used to, that's where we'd organize to march and to segregate.
Come on. All the lines about to
like you're segregated by law. We were a slave state to our great shame. And we had a lot of leftovers of the bad things come from that period of time. But
you being one of them.
That's another.
Wait a minute. Wait. He said the things left over from that period of time. Hello, well, the person on the mic speaking. Oh my goodness, this dude can't be serious, family. I mean, wow. This is a person that has zero respect for black folks. I mean, I hope y'all understand that. This dude has zero respect for black folks. Damn.
The time. But I learned a lot. And I promise if any preacher preached to me back then, I'm not going to be nearly as long as you were. Actually, I have a bad reputation for speaking too long.
Jeez.
Followed the path of Moses, a leader of inspiration, calling on the people not to be afraid. And always, as my grandfather would say, keep the faith. He followed the path of Joseph, a believer in dreams and the divinity they carry and the promise they hold. And like John the Baptist, he prepared us for the greater hope ahead, one who came to bear witness to the light. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a...
We're clear, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know he didn't write this shit, right? I'm just saying. You can tell somebody black wrote this speech because this out of touch white man, no. He did not write this. This is a black speechwriter around the White House. I'm just saying.
Nonviolent warrior for justice who followed the word and the way of his Lord and his Savior. On this day of remembrance, we gather at Dr. King's cherished Ebenezer. I say, emphasize the word cherished, Ebenezer. And by the way, sis, every good man, every good brother needs a really strong sister. You think I'm kidding?
What?
I'm no Dr. King, and my sister's not you, but I tell you what, she's smarter, better looking, and better person than I am. Managed all my campaigns.
Oh, y'all gotta be ashamed of yourselves.
You know, on this day of remembrance, as we gather here at his cherished Ebenezer,
come on.
What would have been Dr. King's 94th birthday. We gather to contemplate his moral vision and to commit ourselves to his path, the path that leads to the beloved community, to the sacred place, that sacred hour when justice rains down like waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. Folks.
Well, that ain't happened. And right now, you're the one with the pen in your hand that can, with a stroke of the pen, get reparations for the people to whom you have right in front of you. So let's see where all of this goes, shall we?
To the King family, I know no matter how many years pass, doesn't matter how many years pass, those days of remembrance are difficult. They bring everything back as if it happened yesterday. It's hard for you. I don't want to thank the King family, presumptuous of me to do this, but on behalf of the whole congregation, being willing to do this year in and year out, because you give so much to the rest of us. And we love you all. We love you all. To fully honor Dr. King, we have to pay tribute to Mrs. Coretta Scott King, who we dearly miss. She led the movement to create it, the King holiday, and so much more. In my view, this is her day as well. And to Raphael Warnock, Reverend, Doctor, Senator.
Absolutely shameful. Shame.
Congratulations on your historic victory. A fellow Morehouse man. I've come to know a lot of Morehouse men. That old saying, you can't tell.
It's like saying I know a bunch of field hands on the plantation my parents own. This is what it looks like when you are so racist that you can't, even in the stuff that you were trying to not be racist doing, just still comes off overtly racist. Subtly, but I guess, I know a lot of Morehouse men. I've come to know a lot of Morehouse men. I've come to know a lot of Negroes. I mean, I've met a lot of blacks over my time, you you colored people are something else, man. I tell you what. Woo-wee.
So much. But I tell you what, we've set up for the first time ever in the White House the Divine Nine Committee. It's active every day.
We sat up in the White House and established a new, firmer, younger Boule branch. Thanks, Joe. Man, our community's really winning by that. Man, how have we been getting along so well, all of this time without a new branch of the Boule? Man, bang up job, bro.
And I watch how the other graduates pick on the Morehouse man. You stand in Dr. King's pulpit and you carry on his purpose. And this service doesn't stop at the church door. It didn't with Dr. King. It doesn't with you. It doesn't with the vast majority of you sitting before me. I want to thank you for the honor of inviting me to be called to America's Freedom Church. And thank you to this congregation and to all the distinguished guests, elected and unelected officials that are here today, who've done so much over so many years And so many young people are going to do so much more than we were ever able to do. What's your name, honey? It's good to see you. Maybe I can have a picture with you before I leave, okay? Is that all right? I say this with all sincerity. I stand here humbled.
Why it freezes on my face like that?
States to have an opportunity to speak at Ebenezer Sunday service. You've been around for 136 years. I know I look like it, but I haven't.
Beg to differ.
I'm God-fearing thanks to my parents and to the nuns and priests who taught me in school. But I am no preacher. But I've tried to walk my faith as all of you have. I stand here inspired by the preacher who is one of my only political heroes. I've been saying, and Andy's heard me say it for years, I have two political heroes my entire life. When I started off as a 22-year-old kid in the East Side in the Civil Rights Movement. Got elected to the United States Senate when I was 29. I wasn't old enough to take office. And I had two heroes. Bobby Kennedy. I admired John Kennedy, but I could never picture him at my kitchen table. But I could Bobby. And no malarkey, Dr. King. Dr. King. And
I can't believe he just sat up in front of them folks and told them that lie. That is outrageous. Strom Thurmond doesn't come out of his mouth. The man to whom he eulogized, his mentor, was not his political hero. But now all of a sudden, Dr. King, you know, when you'll be damned if your kids are, or no, what we say? You didn't want your kids in a racial jungle. And mind you, that was what, 1977? Okay, stay up there. 1977. Afro Elite, what is going on? Patricia Slade, I see in the house. Miss D, Sweet 201, at Sweet 201, all right. Yeah, who else we seeing here? Key Prince, welcome, welcome. They going to hell with gasoline draws on. I know that's right. Lamar West, yes indeed. Lord.
the fact is that, I stand here at a critical juncture for the United States and the world, in my view. We're at what some of my colleagues are tired of hearing me saying, but we're at what we call an inflection point. One of those points in world history where what happens the last few years and will happen the next 6 or 8 years is going to determine what the world looks like for the next 30 to 40 years. It happened after World War II. It's happening again. The world is changing. There's much at stake. Much at stake.
What the hell this got to do with these people you talking to?
And the fact is that this is the time of choosing. This is the time of choosing. Direct choices we have. Are we a people who will choose democracy over autocracy? Couldn't ask that question 15 years ago. Everyone thought democracy was settled, not for African Americans, but democracy as an institutional structure was settled. But it's not. It's not. We have to choose a community over chaos. Are we the people who are going to choose love over hate? These are the vital questions of our time, and the reason why I'm here as your president. I believe Dr. King's life and legacy show us the way, and we should pay attention. I really do.
So then you believe that the American Negro, as Dr. King would say, needs to get their check, because that's what, Dr. King was about. Because everybody likes to talk about civil rights. Everybody forgets that Poor People's Campaign. Let's talk about that part. The part that was such the problem. And to see again, you think about these movements. The woman I played at the very beginning, she says she spent 9 years, and she's saying the Communist Party. Now, because she's responsible for labeling a lot of people, as other folks that were unrightfully so labeled communists, because that's a way to silence the malcontents. So, and then just years down the line, the people who hate your guts will come up there as old gray white men and coming from before your people and speak your fake praises, like this man right here.
Dr. Martin Luther King was born in a nation where segregation was a tragic fact of life. He had every reason to believe, as others of his generation did, that history had already been written, that the division would be America's destiny. But he rejected that outcome. He heard Micah's command to do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly. And so often,
ooh-wee. First off, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, listen to how he is setting up the narrative. Because and make no mistake, this is not by accident. He keeps walking around certain points and misrepresenting those. That's purposely done. Because now what he's doing is opening doors. He's like going into somebody's house in the wintertime and opening all of the windows. You understand what I'm saying? This is what you're seeing him do. You're literally watching him walk through your house and open up all the windows, as to say, hey, let me go ahead and leave you open or susceptible for a break-in.
when people hear about Dr. King, people think of his ministry and the movement were most about the epic struggle for civil rights and voting rights. But we do well to remember that his mission was something even deeper. It was spiritual. It was moral. The goal of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, which Dr. King led, stated it clearly and boldly, and it must be repeated again now, to redeem the soul of America. I'm not joking.
Yeah. And understanding that would be done by way of reparations. So we understand that because that's what we're talking about. We're coming to Washington to get our check, right? What the hell is he talking about? Because I'm feeling a pivot coming. What about you, family? Do you feel a pivot coming here soon? I feel the old switcheroo just right around the corner.
To redeem the soul of America. What is the soul of America? It's easy to say, but what is the soul of America? Well, the soul is the breath, the life, the essence of who we are. The soul makes us us. The soul of America is embodied in the sacred proposition that we're all created equal in the image of God.
Then you sit in the church and give them one of those lines that is nowhere in the Bible. Nowhere in the Bible is it say man was created equal. Nowhere is it written that way. It's not there in the Bible. I don't know where the hell that comes. That comes from them folk. I don't know where the hell that comes from. Like, people always act like that's in the Bible. Like, that is not there. It couldn't even fit. Where would you find that? And what scenario in relationship to those scriptures would that line fit for a person that's actually read the book? But here's another thing. Dr. King was born into a time of segregation. Yeah, he was also born as a descendant of slaves. That part. But notice how he walks around that one. Whoo! And then he's talking about, yeah, but there was something deeper, something spiritual, something moral. You're going to pray a change. Yeah.
That was the sacred proposition for which Dr. King gave his life. The sacred proposition rooted.
That man did not give his life. His life was taken by a racist white supremacist. The hell you talking about? He gave his life. No, he was deleted violently by a white supremacist. What the hell are you talking about? And with who we also say by the police, and there's other speculations that you've seen that he might have actually still been living while in the hospital. And we've heard those different conspiracy stories. Nonetheless, he was taken out. And this dude has the nerve to sit up in that man's church and tell these people that he gave his life. He ain't Jesus. But you see what he's doing? Spiritual, moral. Now he's deifying him. Because you don't want them people asking for tangibles. So this is all about making you feel morally rich. You're morally rich this morning. See, I'm the president and I had to come get some of your moral, spiritual richness today. Ooh-wee, Joe Biden ain't shit.
Scripture and enshrined in the Declaration of
Independence. Using them people like that, man, that ain't right.
The sacred proposition he invoked on that day in 1963 when he told my generation about his dream. A dream in which we're all entitled to be treated with my father's favorite word, dignity and respect. A dream in which we all deserve liberty and justice. And it's still the task of our time to make that dream a reality because it's not there yet. To make Dr. King's vision tangible, to match the words of the preachers and the poets with our deeds. As the Bible teaches us, we must be doers of the word. Doers of the word. The battle for the soul of this nation is perennial. It's a constant struggle. It's a constant struggle between hope and fear, kindness and cruelty, justice and injustice, against those who traffic in racism, extremism, and insurrection. A battle fought on battlefields and bridges, from courthouses and ballot boxes to pulpits and protest. And at our
Notice how he's leaving out legislation, though. Because ballot boxes are cool. How about law? How about policy? How about legislative branches acting? See, I'm hearing everything else is fantastical, but there's this one piece and one major branch of the United States of America that is coincidentally not being brought up. And that is the legislative branch of America, which, that's how we get policy done in this country. And then that's what you're voting on. Seems like he's kind of talking things out of order, right?
Best, the American promise wins out. At our best, we hear and heed the injunctions of the Lord and the whispers of the angels. But I don't need to tell you that we're not always at our best.
Oh, my Lord.
We're fallible. We fail and fall. But faith and history teach us that, however dark the night, joy cometh in the morning. And that joy comes with the commandments of Scripture. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, all thy mind, and all thy soul. And love thy neighbor as thyself. Easy to say, but very.
So there's an AME around there. So, like I said, I knew somebody
Within that
black
commandment,
folk
in my view, lies the essence of the gospel and the essence of the American promise. It's when we see each other as neighbors and not enemies that progress and justice come. It's when we see each other as fellow human beings, as children of God, that we begin to walk the path of Dr. King's beloved.
Here's something that I can't stand. And this is, have you ever noticed that every time they do this bullshit spill, it's always in front of black folks, to black folks. This is the group that has been harmed. You need to be at one of these big white churches, your Catholic cathedrals. You need to be at the Vatican or something. You know, this is not, why are you telling these people this? Why is this message important for this group of people? This is the people that need the help. These are the people who have descended from the oppressed and currently oppressed today. But nonetheless, let's walk in Dr. King's footsteps. No. Go tell your people to do that. Have you ever noticed they always come to black people and tell black folks to do that shit? No, you take your ass over to your folks and tell them. Those are the people that were the problem, not the black folks. So it's almost like saying, hey, black people, look at Dr. King and remember the past, but know your place. Am I the only one who feels like that's the message being sent?
Community. The path is dream inspired, and whose legacy propel us forward to this day. Here's what I learned in my life and my career along that path, as many of you have learned along your path.
Lord.
We're all imperfect beings. We don't know where and what fate will deliver to us and when. But we can do our best to seek a life of light and hope and love and, yes, truth. Truth. That's what I try to do every day, to build the future that we all want. We're reminding ourselves that nothing is guaranteed in our democracy. Nothing. Every generation is required to keep it, defend it, protect it, to be repairers of the breach. And to remember that the power to redeem the soul of America lies where it always has lay, in the hands of we the people. We the people. I was vividly reminded of that truth on the south lawn of the White House. I believe you were there, both of you, both your senators. The south lawn of the White House with our Vice President Kamala Harris, and hearing these words, and I quote, "It took just one generation from segregation to the Supreme Court of the United States," end of quote. Those are the words of Ketanji Brown Jackson, our Supreme Court Justice.
He can't even get a damn name out right. He can't even get her name out right, family. Supreme Court Justice. Lord. Yeah. And okay, not somebody to be quoting, but I'm hearing that a lot. You know, you're hearing, oh, Ketanji, oh, if you don't stop. Right now, she's busy at the Supreme Court trying to find ways to undermine our reparations claim from there. You kidding? She ain't, I mean, okay, insult to injury.
Took just one generation from segregation to the Supreme Court of the United States.
But her family wasn't here during segregation, were they? I'm confused. Oh, that's right. We don't know because they've kind of scrubbed her little history. So who knows? You have a whole Supreme Court judge and you don't even know where her lineage comes from.
As I told folks at the time,
that makes a lot of sense.
She's smarter than you are. As Dr. King said,
yeah, but you'll always be whiter than her.
And we will place judges on the bench who will do justly. And we are. That's the promise of America, where change is hard but necessary. Excuse me. Progress is never easy, but it's always possible.
Oh, yeah, our cat.
And the things do get better on our march toward a more perfect union. But at this inflection point,
Katunji,
we know there's a lot of work that has to continue on economic justice, civil rights,
economic justice. Vote. Whoa.
And I'm remembering that our job is to redeem the soul of America. Look, I get accused of being an inveterate optimist. I call that the Irish of it. We're never on top, always stepped on, but we are optimistic. Like Dr. King was optimistic. Folks, as I said, progress is never easy. But redeeming the soul of the country is absolutely essential. I doubt whether any of us would have thought, even in Dr. King's time, that literally the institutional structures of this country might collapse.
Blueberry
in Brazil.
I was thinking the same thing.
Parts of the world.
I was thinking the same thing. Like,
folks,
did you have a few caps full before you went up there, brother?
With a blessing I see today in the Oval Office, and many of you have been there in my office. You get to set it up the way you want, within reason. As I sit at my desk, as I sit at my desk and look at the fireplace, just to the left is the bust of Dr. King.
Lord.
It's there in that spot on purpose. Because he was my inspiration as a kid.
As a kid?
He does know.
Hold on. As a kid? One of them Jerry Jones photos is somewhere lurking out there. Because that's an interesting statement to make. He was an idol as a kid. Huh? Dr. King, racial jungles and all. And you'll be damned if you have to pay for sense. What? But now as a kid, you were looking up to a black man in the height of segregation and Jim Crow. Boy, he'll say anything, won't he?
Where we should go. I ran for 3 reasons. I said I wanted to restore the soul of America. I wanted to rebuild this country from the bottom up and the middle out. And I wanted to unite it. And not far from him, if you look about 40, 50 degrees to the right, there is another statue, another bust of Rosa Parks. People ask me.
Right, Blueberry Muffin. What no black folk. I mean, I'm thinking about, what are you talking about, dude?
I say, and I put in my words, she just say, I've had enough. I've had enough.
Oh, my God.
Folks, I often think of the question that Dr. King asked us all those years ago. I think it's important you all remember, but I think it's important the nation remember it. He said, where do we go from here? That's a quote. Where do we go from here?
Yeah. And do you realize what he was talking about? He was talking about you funky ass allies who really actually, you know, it was easier to integrate a lunch counter than it is to advocate for justice for the American Negro, if I remember correctly. I'm paraphrasing, but you know, that's what he's talking about. He was talking about how you guys are dropping the ball when it comes down to making sure the financial part is also met as far as repair to this community. So yeah, that's pretty much what he was talking about. Funny though, I mean, you ain't really talking about the money either. So I don't know where are we going with this, Joe? You know, because you're not getting to the money. That's for certain. We can see that much.
Well, my message to the nation on this day is we go forward. We go together.
How?
When we choose democracy over autocracy, a beloved community over chaos, when we choose believers in the dreams, be doers.
What is that chaos part, Joe Biden? What does that mean? Are you referring to the uprisings in 2020, the pull-up era that has happened ever since? Or is that what you're referring to as chaos? Because, you know, we're watching your Department of Justice not really do too much to all of those insurrectionists that in front of the world do what do you guys say? They tried to destroy democracy by being patriotic. Isn't that ironic? Anyway, let's hear the rest of this bullshit. I mean, the rest of his speech or sermon or whatever the hell you call it.
Be unafraid, always keeping the faith. Every time I walk out of my Irish Catholic grandfather's home up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, his name was Ambrose Finnegan.
Oh, God.
And he'd yell, Joey, keep the faith. My grandmother, no, Joey, spread it. Spread the faith. No, I'm serious. This is a Catholic rosary I have on my wrist. One my son had on the night he was dying. The point is, there's hope. There's always hope. We have to believe. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Dr. King's path in my view. Path to keeping the faith. And it must be our path. Folks, for God's sake, this is the United States of America. The United States, there's nothing beyond our capacity. Nothing beyond our capacity if we set our mind to it. And ladies and gentlemen, we're a land of dreamers and a land of doers.
Oh!
Nothing's beyond our capacity. In the gospel song.
What a low down, dirty little slip in he just put in there, right on all y'all black folks, right there. Word dreamers, ain't a dreamer in that building, man. What are you talking about? Ain't a dreamer in the building. Word dreamers in that place? How? How are y'all dreamers? I'm confused. What are y'all dreaming about? What are y'all dreaming about in there? I'm confused. Dreamers. Huh? Damn.
That Dr. King loved, as I understand, but he always told he did. We've come too far from where we started. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. He did not go this far to leave me.
Oh, good grief. You're so far out of black culture. The song is No Ways Tired. Or No Ways Tired, depending on where you grew up. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. He almost done. Let's get through it.
My fellow Americans, I don't think the Lord brought us this far to leave us. I really don't. My word. And my fellow Americans, God bless Dr. Martin Luther King and his family. And based on one of his favorite hymns, precious Lord, take my hand through the storm, through the night, and lead me on to the light. May God bless you all, and let's go find the light. We can do this. I made it.
Family. Family, 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 family. All right. So this is what we gonna do. we gonna open up the phone lines here. We're gonna take a real quick break, and then we will open up the phones and take some calls about this. Like I said, if you are just now getting here and getting to this broadcast, what we are going to do when you start your call, we're going to give you a 2-minute time limit to land your point. And then we're going to go ahead and move on. So I just don't want to know, but I'm giving you all forewarning now. This is what it's going to be like. So it'll be on the screen. So you will also be able to see that countdown going. So don't say you wasn't warned. Oh man, I got cut off. I'm gonna have to land your plane at a 2-minute mark. So this is how we're gonna roll tonight, okay? So with that being said, you see that timer? It'll give you a good solid 2 minutes. So it didn't feel like you watching. We all watching it. So yeah, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna open up the phone lines. And this is what I was talking about. So this was the point that I was making with embracing invisibility. Of course, not really that garbage ass statue, but more or less talking about how these people are willfully just embracing being invisible for this Democratic Party. And we have seen thus far is absolute invisibility. Because when somebody comes in front of you and starts talking dreamers talk, and you're doing it in a historical black church, such as Martin Luther King's family's church, that says that you have no respect for these folks. That's all that means. That's you have no respect for these people, and it shows. You know what I'm saying? It shows. So let's get to. Matter of fact, let me get that off. So what we are going to do is take a quick little break, and then we shall return shortly. So let's see where I'm at. All right. All right. We will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, all right. All right, all right, all right. I think we are back. I think we are back. I think we are back. So hopefully you can hear me. Let me get this number. Where is it at? Let me get that out there. Here we go. So there is the call-in number. It is on the screen. And here, let me put that in the chat. 1-82993. All right. So there is our call-in number. So if y'all want to call in and touch on the subject of the evening, you can definitely do so at this time. And like I said, we will be doing a 2-minute time limit. We got somebody calling me. Get this. All right. Caller, where are you coming from? And you got to turn down that speaker in the background, sis. Go ahead and let us know who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, good evening. This is Blueberry Muffin, and I'm calling from Seattle, Washington.
Hey, how are you doing, Blueberry Muffin? I'm going to go ahead and start this clock, and you better to take roll. You got it, sis.
What the hell did Senator Warnock do by defiling Ebenezer Baptist Church with that devil? Biden sat there and mocked every man, woman, and child in there who need to have their asses kicked. They were clapping on cue like seals and just acting like not field hands, but house Negroes. Because field hands would have at least stood up and turned their backs, if not walked out of that disgrace. That's all I got to say.
I totally agree. And let me show you this other picture from the weekend's events. I mean, they were doing a whole lot of disgraceful stuff. Go ahead and stop that counter. Thank you so much, Blueberry Muffin, calling in. I appreciate you, sister, as always. And let me show you something else. And this is exactly, thank you for bringing that point up, because that's what I'm talking about, embracing invisibility. And this is on the financial when everybody else understands you need finance. It's very clear. These people are just cool and content with acceptance. I mean, we gotta take a selfie with Joe Biden, y'all. Look, oh man, see, he cares. He's cooler than you think, man. I mean, and then people really, really care because, see, we're out here and they're doing these type of things, and we're paying homage with hands and arms and no heads. Huh. Okay. But this is what we get. We get this. So, yeah. Thank you so much for Blueberry Muffin once again for calling in. Anybody else want to go ahead and call up? Like I said, we're giving you 2 minutes. Put the timer on there, and you can go ahead and let her rip. And so, yeah, that point is great because, again, at this point, we can no longer choose to let our issues be an invisible cause. And that's what's been going on. So that's, again, one of these type of scenarios that are playing out before our face. And Joe Biden is just willfully taking part in that with no remorse. And all the pandering that he did, and then all the slick disses that he laid out. I mean, it shameful, absolutely shameful. And let me see, there's some other videos that ended up. Let me see, do I have any of those? Let me get those in here. Oh, and then again, let me go back to the video I played at the very beginning of the broadcast. If you guys were not here for the start of the broadcast, let me show you all this. Because this is what, y'all know, the Golden State Warriors just recently paid a visit to the White House to get their, their championship visit to the president or whatever. Look at this. Look at what he does. So now he's going to take a knee in front of the champions. Y'all don't get the... I know there's a lot of people of this younger generation that do not necessarily understand all of the old insults to black folks, but I would advise y'all to kind of brush up on some of those things, because these things get handed down, and I think the understandings are getting lost throughout the generations. Because clearly people don't understand when they are being thoroughly insulted. And this right here, like, what the hell would he be taking a knee for in front of them? For this photo op, no, everybody else is standing. We are the champions playing. He's kneeling. There's no national anthem going. Like, what the hell is this? Oh, goodness. Man. Pilot Talk TV, $40 million slaves. And that was so backhanded. I mean, Lord. Oh. Y'all, yeah. Man, we cannot allow to just be used like that. And especially with the church. I mean, you might as well just been stuffed puppets, man. Propped up. Like, he might as well went to the Muppet Show, man. It's shameful. It's shameful. Up there like one of them Las Vegas Terry Factor shows or something with a bunch of puppets. I mean, you guys are just sitting up there going through the motions, clapping on cue like seals, like the sister said, clapping like, I mean, he ain't saying nothing worth a damn, but you guys, oh my God, Joe Biden, oh Jesus, he cares. All right, we got another call coming in just a second. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me get you in here. All right, caller, let us know what your name is and where you are calling from.
What's good, beatzillapdx? This is Doc Stan, brother, calling out of Greenville, Mississippi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you got, brother?
Yeah, but I'm gonna make it quick. I just wanted to say, man, the nerve of this petrified old man to get up there talking about love over hate when for 400 years they always put hate over love. Like, man, and for him to get up there and quote the Bible and our brothers, man, it's just further insult.
Facts.
And and the people and the nerve of the people that was in there, that didn't, no backbone, man. Nobody stood up. I'm like, wow. And I'm gonna land my plane right there.
Man, I appreciate that call, and so very true, brother. I appreciate that. This is the thing that we got to stop getting past. We have to start checking our folks that are willing to do that. So we're going to have to start willfully checking the people within our own group. And because this right now, I had to say, we're going to have to start bringing back shame. Because this is shameful. And they should feel like you're not doing your ancestors no honor by this. They are not being honored by this. This is something else. And y'all are carrying it way wrong. Way wrong. So thank you for that call, brother. I appreciate that, man. You feel free when I open up the lines again to call back up. I appreciate that. And I appreciate the passion too, because we need to hear more of our folks expressing our displeasure with such buffoonish Sambo tap dancing behaviors as this. Like I said, the whole he ain't said nothing, and he tried to get everybody to. That was the y'all catching it of the chaos thing. Like, let's not let chaos. What the hell are you talking about? Chaos. That chaos thing ain't in our community, brother. What you mean? And then see, here's when he's talking about chaos. He's talking about this group of people being the driving voice again, to which we know they're not right now. The grassroots is definitely the loudest voice. We have another caller coming on in. All right, let me go ahead and get you on in here. Go ahead, caller. Let us know where you are, who you are, and where you are calling from.
Good evening, Beatzilla. It's Judah Queen.
Yes,
I'm calling
indeed.
from Owens Mills, Maryland.
All right. Go ahead and get this clock on up here. You got it, sis.
This was truly a circus, a clown show. I can't believe he got in that church and sat there and lied and didn't even mention Martin Luther King's true mission, which was reparations for Black Americans.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad how so many Black people have disregarded reparations. I can't believe it. We saw how Raphael Warnock totally ignored and totally dismissed Marcel Dixon at the rally, at his re-election rally, and I believe it was in Savannah. And I mean, he addressed the white woman, but when it came down to reparations, no, I don't get it. And he has the nerve to be the pastor of Ebenezer. That's just
call from Blueberry Muffin.
Uh-oh.
To accept, press
Hold
1.
on, family.
To send...
Hold on, family. Hold on. Wait. Let me get that. Let me switch back. Hold on. I didn't realize I couldn't do that. Hold on.
So, peace and blessings to you all.
Wait. Judah Queen, are you still there? Judah Queen, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still
Okay,
here.
let me get that last part real quick. Go ahead, because I ended up switching over.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and say what you just said, that very last part.
Basically, Black people need to wake up to these clowns. They are like, they don't care about Martin Luther King. They don't care. But Raphael Warnock is the pastor of their church, their family church.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad that's not. I found out, my mother told me that's not the original sanctuary, but still, it's
still the church, right? That's wicked.
Oh my gosh, they going to hell.
No
That's
doubt.
all I gotta say.
So much. Thank you so much.
B1.
B1, Black first, sister. I appreciate it. And again, okay, so if I know somebody wanted to call back up. And you more than welcome to. Blueberry Muffin, you want to call back up. Because I don't think I still have that call in here, do I? No, I don't. So if you want to call back up, you definitely can. But yeah, I wanted to just use this time to just go through what actually happened. Because, a lot of people, we just heard it, we seen clips from it, but I wanted to just, since, give some time to this big pander session that went on. And it just brought on, as I'm looking at the other, the sculpture, it's like, man, this is literally, they talking about embrace. Man, this is embracing invisibility. This is because he comes in front of these people and basically is trying to talk, energize this crowd, because those are the family members of this crowd. Are you catching the play? Spiritual and moral, and let's alleviate the chaos. Hey, church folks, get the rest of your black family in line. Those Twitter malcontents. All those people in those Twitter spaces and those new black medias and stuff like that. Yeah, you better know they're paying attention. Now, like I said, going back to that sister, that video I played earlier, you hear what that woman said? She was working for them people. And she was with a group for 9 years. That makes you wonder all the other people that were around Dr. King that absolutely did not have his best interests at heart. Just put that in perspective, because, he had a lot of people that ended up with careers. Think of all the Black Panthers that ended up holding on and surviving. Matter of fact, do I have that in here? Because it's interesting. Angela Davis just made a peculiar statement and said it is Black folks' responsibility. Yeah, here we go. This it? So wait, what? No, it is not. No, this is incorrect. Angela Davis said Black people have a responsibility to fight for the rights of indigenous people. And the audience was not feeling that. She's right, though. No, the hell she is not. All right, let me get All right, let me go ahead and get you back on in here. Hello. Blueberry Muffin, got another take to give?
Yes, I just wanted to point out the fact that it was a damn shame all of those boule, college-educated, signifying monkeys up in that church did not call out or recognize when they were being thoroughly insulted. You had baby boomers who knew the insults. You had Generation Xers who learned about those insults. And there's some millennials too who learned from their parents and their grandparents about every last insult that Joe Biden made. And they're going to sit there and take that garbage. Yeah, we need to shame every last one of those people in there out the church. And you know what? If it were possible, the National Baptist Convention needs to shame Raphael Warnock and strip him of his preaching license. Because what he did by bringing that devil up in the church like that to disgrace all of the Black people who shed blood, sweat, and tears in the civil rights movement. They're sitting up there just yucking it up. That's all I got to say.
Thank you so much, sister. Appreciate that. And just look at this. And so this is all this weekend. So I just showed you the church service, and then this is what was also going on. So all of our so-called black leaders, and of course there's Nancy Pelosi. Man, for everybody who was sitting up in that church, this is what they are content with doing. And we cannot allow that. That absolutely must be combated with thought and scholarship, because this is ridiculous. I mean, a shameful display. That's all I can say. Sage, what's going on, brother? This ain't nothing but a plantation celebration. Man. Kid Gravity Beyond, what's going on, my brother? Cynthia Newman said, grinning like damn fools. So disappointing. I mean, you ever see something just be like, damn, man, come on, man. This is one of them moments. This is really one of those moments. Like, come on, y'all. Like, there got to be something in here to make you feel differently, man. What's going on? Toria Ray Reloaded, what's going on? I had to leave and come back because I couldn't. Oh man. Yo. Yo. I'm glad I went through it, though, because it was very interesting, man, just watching this dude willfully pander with like no kind of care in the world. Like, how is this going to be received? He has no concern. I mean, it's all like, hey, I mean, man, he old school white. I mean, I'm talking about old school white supremacists. He so much so that he just expects certain behavior out of Negroes. And looking at this in this kind of company, he ain't too far off of right. You know what I mean? He ain't too far off of right. Jeez. Gotta watch it. Oh man, you know, Sage, you know, you right out of my mind,
these
brother.
old niggas.
And you see the new thing that Sheila Jackson Lee is doing with the social media, trying to police work. Family, anytime you see anybody doing something like that, that is targeting us. You better believe it. So that ain't about, we're going to go get this group of people. We're going to get the white supremacists. Stop. Because again, what are they already doing? So what I played y'all today with that woman talking, I hope y'all just like go through that. And if y'all got here late, go back to the beginning of this broadcast and watch when I'm playing the, what's her name? Janice Clarice or Julia Clarice Brown, I believe. Julia Clarice Brown. She's a former informant agent who sat up under these groups and then was using the communist threat or the threat of these people potentially being communists and agitators to kind of besmirch the movement of civil rights. Now, mind you, she's actively part. You believe she down with the cause. She been there for 9 years. And all 9 of them years been a whole rat. So I'm just saying, and I just, if you guys got here late, go back and educate yourselves, because I just want you to go connect the dots. because the dots are there to be connected. I'm just saying, we went through it, played some of the different tactics. A lot of those tactics we see play out today on a day-by-day basis at that. Shit. I mean, you know, it is what it is. They are literally playing out day by day. Sad following such dishonest self-servers. I'll say to you. Whew. I mean, it's crazy. Blueberry Muffin said Jesse Jackson and Andrew Young worked for the FBI too. I would not be able to vouch for Andrew Young's participation. I don't doubt that. But as far as, you know, my own personal experience as a child around Jesse Jackson, I wouldn't say that speculation was too far off. Not from, like I said, not from my own personal experience. I wouldn't think that. You know how when you know, because again, like I was fortunate to be around a bunch of these people who were participants back then. And some of the real ones, you know, they meticulously got out the paint. I'll forever believe that John Garlington was way more than just a freak accident. Like I said, there's, you know, it is what it is. You live long enough, you see enough. Then some of the things you've already seen start making sense. Okay. Oh, this is what this means. Okay. I mean, you know, hey. Well, this shit is a trip. That's all I can say. And it's all coming full circle, too. Because, you know, like John Lewis, he got his bastard ass out of here. Elijah Cummings, all of these people, they dropping like flies at the end of it all. Lucky them. Because, you know, they never have to pay the piper. Their image will. You know, their image, like in the next few years, their image is just going to start going in the dirt. So they don't have to live around for it. But I mean, come on. For those of us who are like over the age of 40, did you hear of John Lewis before, say, 2010? I mean, I guess roughly around 2008, because of the Barack Obama campaign, you started hearing John, but John Lewis he was just a supporting cast member. He wasn't no big to-do. Nobody was celebrating this dude. He's just that's how the whole getting beaten Selma thing even started becoming popular, because he was there to promote. So they was trying to give the Dr. King juice to Barack Obama. That's the only reason why that dude was there. So they can give that civil rights juice to, and now, you know, I'm going to come out and I'm Barack Obama. Yes, we can. See, like Dr. King had a dream. I know that all of you are here dreaming today. Never heard of John Lewis until about 2018. Thank you. Like I said, I remember him around the election. But even so, you know who had a bigger persona in 2008 and 7? Michael Baisden and Roland Martin. They were bigger than John Lewis at the time. My, how the mighty have fallen. But this is what was taking place. The Torian Rain, your partner over there, your uncle out there, the Black Eagle, you know, he was up there crying on TV. Like I said the other day, he was crying on TV. Without you know, rolling. I mean, I just never thought I'd see this. I mean, I'm so happy. I mean, I wish my mother could be here today. Really? Oh man, just see old black men crying on it. I wish my grandmother was alive to see this right now. My, how we've come so far. Ugly cry on TV. Got to do it on cue though. Make sure the camera's rolling. Oh God. Family, I just can't with these old Negroes. They got out there doing all that goddamn whimpering, and then just to come find out this dude doesn't do shit for black folk. Wow, how that worked out, boy. We really won with all that damn crying up there like Van Jones. Jeez, the Karen, man. Oh Lord, whoo, man! I'm telling you, boy, these folks. Oh, Crying Negro Network. Gee, Joe Biden, I'm just dude. He cries like Roscoe from Barton. Oh my Lord. It was just snot just running down. Oh man. Oh Lord. The fake tears on. I can say you gotta make sure the camera. Like yeah, who's old enough to remember Jimmy Swaggart? I need to get that clip back in here. Forgive me, Lord, I have sinned against you. Blueberry Muffin, Morocco moles, and secret squirrels. You know, and sometimes something about that also reminded me of "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker." You know, that's what came to mind when I thought about like the Moroccan Mo and Secret Squirrel thing. Because it's like, yeah, a lot of them cats, yeah, man. Yeah, because, we here and this is what we've been doing. And so we put the F in free. And see, we are the M in man. So you understand, we are the freed men. You understand me? And it's dedication, brother. And I will see you at the main event right here on Sunday night. But then that's really be what they into, though. They really be into the Beckys, though. But I'm just saying. Dedication, brother. Oh Lord. People, you got broke Hogans out here screaming, trying to starve for attention. I'm going to become a meme. I'm going to become a cartoon. I'm going to be a joke that I've already been. It's like, boy, they're going to be him and the other dude going to be a tag team partner. They're going to be the new Black Road Warriors. They're going to be the Bro Warriors. You're going to have the one dude. And then you go, yeah, brother, that's right, because we put the F into freedman. That's right, brother. Oh, Yella, I can't. Oh, yeah, if you haven't been on Twitter, then you wouldn't know. Oh, kid. Oh, Jesus. Macho Man. That's what I said, man. It's like, man, you sound like a bootleg WWE wrestler. Yeah, all that loud woofing. Yeah, calm down, dude. Shit, you ain't as loud as your hairline screaming, holding on to them goddamn dreads. If you don't cut it all the way out, them things holding on for dear life. It sounds. Them things look like a person hanging on a wing of a plane. If you don't get the hell up out of here, whew, Lord, snap into a Slim Jim. We'll see you at the main event. Because all of these clowns, they don't know what's going down, and I'm going to come right on around, and I'm going to put Friedman right on down, and anybody who has a problem with it, you can come see me. Broke Hogan. Because I put the F into Friedman. Mute your mic. I'm telling you, they're going to be a tag team. They're going to be a tag team duo. Oh, my Lord. He going to be in the back. While you got the dread screaming, dude. Broke Hogan, right here. Me and my partner. Whew. Oh. Let me tell you something, Meechie. Like, these dudes be sounding so animated. Like, come on, bro. It really isn't all that serious. Well, you know, because when you put reparations in the title, you are clout chasing because you are calling me because I'm Broke Hogan. So anytime I smell a hustle, I'm going to come a running because I'm Broke Hogan and I put the F in Friedman. Oh, I'm done. Oh, I'm done. Oh, Lord. Don't be that guy. Nobody likes, the guy that's always angry about something, always angry over something. It's like, damn, man, you guys are just clout chasing, swallow and follow. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, go back to the early part of this broadcast and listen to what that woman had to say and just listen to some of the tactics that she was using. And like I said, you can connect the dots for yourself. I don't have to say a word. Because shit, sometimes it just is what it is. And oh man, something else that I also peeped out this week, which I've politely have kept to myself. But I will say this. Do y'all remember my last broadcast with Mark Lamont Hill? And I told you that there might be some connections there. And I was talking about, oh yeah, he was down with Malachi York, right? I don't know who y'all see come up in your different timelines on YouTube, but funny thing last week is certain more science individuals are talking about trying to get him out of prison. Wow. interesting timing of that. Didn't I just say, oh, never mind. Nah, I mean, too far-fetched, right? Yeah, I mean, no, it definitely just couldn't. Yeah, nah. It's probably nothing, right? Again, family, I want you to just remember, go back to the beginning of this episode and just, you know, like I said, educate yourself. Man, you know, you might want to make sure you choose correct. Damn, it get rough out here sometimes, family. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Sometimes it get rough out here for folks, and they just have to start doing things that they shouldn't be doing. And who knows, you know? But it's dedication, brother. Yeah, Brooke Hogan right here for you. Oh yeah, we doing it, baby. So, with that being said, you know, don't be a rat on your people, and don't, you know, be an agent, and you know, maybe don't fool with that narcotic, because sometimes you might end up like this, you know. I don't know, you know. I'm just saying. I mean, that's, like I said, that's neither here nor there for me. It's not on me to judge. You know. But like I said, it was very interesting that I'm seeing certain fez wearers over there, you know. And then Mark Lamont Hill jumps out the window. Did New Black Media interrupt some kind of scheme or hustle? You know, because there's only one question that we typically usually ask.
Where's your family from?
Well, yeah, and that's clear enough, right? Where's your family from? Some people tend to take issues with that. But it's because I feel that maybe you're looking at coupling up with our reparations, as we've seen people to try and do. Look at, even in San Francisco, that whole trans thing, adding them into the mix is kind of questionable. A questionable precedent to be setting, because right now all I see is white men doing it behind the scenes. You said we're gonna need some resistance music. We'll be in the studio next month. We will be in the studio. That's like the whole band, everybody coming into town. We are back at it. So, you know, again, and you know, other people, that's why I say I come from that musical type of arena, which is always like competitive. So this type of dealing with these types, so, okay, you know, I know what it is. You know, everybody else might think, oh, this has no legs. No, it ain't got no legs. Because again, Broke Hogan, I understand what certain paranoia looks like, you know, and I don't know what other situations is going on, but you know, this is one that I can only pass this advice off to anybody who is dealing with a little bit of paranoia that, you know, might affect your judgment. This is dedicated to you.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Because you might end up like this, man.
You Say, tree nigger.
Oh, but who he talking about though? Oh, okay. Broke Hogan. Damn. All right, we got it. So this is what we gonna do. I hope you all enjoyed this call-in broadcast tonight. Thank you, everybody who called in this evening. Thank you so much, Blueberry Muffin, Judah Queen, and our brother from you call him from Mississippi? Called from the country. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Let's see, got it here. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna close out of that. So again, thank y'all for calling in, man. This has been nice. And look out for there's another story that I'll be probably uploading sometime tomorrow. Oh, but when I say that the world is watching, and taking notice to what we are doing. They are paying attention to the grassroots, and they are most definitely paying attention to Twitter, as what people will say, Black Twitter. So that'll be coming tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah, that might even be alive. Who knows? It'll be an off-camera show, but it might even be live. So I'm thinking about how I want to do that now. But we have a whole nother story to talk about, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. So with that being said, one last time, family, if you just are tuning in late, make sure to go back to the beginning of this broadcast and listen to the first video and the audio of the video, or the audio that I'm playing early on in this broadcast of Julia Clarice Brown. You will definitely want to hear, and I walk through the tactics of what her and her handlers were trying to implement in circumventing the civil rights movement, i.e. Black empowerment, while being Black. Matter of fact, wait, do I have this other video? Where's that? Where is that? Let me play that real quick. Do I have that? Because she says, I'm an American. This woman don't give zero F's about Black folks. She identifies as American first. Damn her race. So, okay. And I guess this is a perfect close. Let's hear what she got to say.
Know yourself. Why do you talk so bitterly against Martin Luther King and a lot of these other people of your race?
Well, let me tell you something. I don't put my race before I do my country. Being a Negro woman doesn't matter to me who is a Negro or who is a white person. If they are enemies of our country, then they are certainly my enemies too. Well, I say it is frightening, and it should be frightened to the entire American people that he has demanded $10 billion. And if he doesn't get it, then there may be riots this summer. Martin Luther King is nothing but a blackmailer, and he should be arrested for blackmailing because he certainly has.
Reparations is blackmail. Just so you know who's speaking. I want to run that back just a little bit.
Put my race before I do my country. Being a Negro woman doesn't matter to me who is a Negro or who is a white person. If they are enemies of our country, then they are certainly my enemies too. Well, I say it is frightening, and it should be frightened to the entire American people that he has demanded $10 billion. And if he doesn't get it, then there may be riots this summer. Martin Luther King is nothing but a blackmailer, and he should be arrested for blackmailing because he certainly has blackmailed the United States government.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall and let us rise. Can you dig it? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, once again for hanging out with us here and tuning in to the Beatzilla PDX official show. This is the midweek report right here on YouTube. So please like, share, subscribe. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about the video, and especially let us know what you think about this particular individual, this Julia Clarice Brown. Let me know what you feel about her. And then also, I hope, if nothing else, study what she's done. Study what she did. Because you need to know what signs, things in conversation, things in actions and motions that are going on. You have to be aware of what's happening. So just be mindful of everyone, because that's the type of time we are in. Unfortunate, but true. So we just have to understand, we have to, like the good doctor said, we have to learn to practice selfishness for our own survival. You dig? So with that being said, y'all can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at beatzillapdx. You can follow me at Patreon and 6 zeros at Beatzilla PDX official, and on Melanated People, which I have to get back to, at Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. And then, of course, you can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket, you can, by way of donation, at CashApp $Beatzilla PDX. That is CashApp $Beatzilla PDX. And we also have PayPal, and that is Zilla Muzak. That is ZillaMuzak at PayPal. So, hooey. Interesting broadcast, huh? I hope y'all enjoyed it. We definitely choked down a cold church service, which was hard doing, but we did it. because I needed to string it all together to make it make sense. When we are talking about people of our own embracing invisibility, we can no longer afford to let these folks be our voices, let these people be out here representing us or anything that we are talking about. That's why we always have to remain to be the loudest voices in the room. Can you dig it? So again, we will be here, of course, Friday. Look out for other shorter videos because, like I said, I'm making these broadcasts shorter, which I didn't expect this to even go this long. So again, we're not doing the 3 hour plus like that, unless it's a special occasion. But look out for the other videos. So I checked my analytics and it looks like a lot, well, not a lot, but a few of y'all haven't hit your notification bell. So you might want to go hit that notification bell. And for some of y'all might that do not participate in the chat, make sure you're still actually subscribed. Because you know how YouTube does. They unsubscribe people all the time. So just double check. And with that being said, I hope that y'all have a blessed evening. Stay safe, stay vigilant, stay black, stay alive. And you dig it. Because over here we keep our smooth stones at the ready. Deneen Soul done made it through. I see you. Dominique Devereaux, I see you. Yakanan, I always mess your name up. I see you. Say she was married to Steven off Django. Damn it. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, and moderators. What I want to do, I need to connect with all of y'all. So if I could have my moderators email me, and so we can link up, because I know everybody doesn't have Instagram, but if y'all have Twitter, we could work that way. Right now Twitter we're doing an issue with Twitter because some person, I believe, has flagged, had my video or my post flagged because, and they're trying to say it's hate speech, but calling a person a monster face liar is really an observation, especially when you're lying and you look like the way you do. So, I'm waiting on Twitter to get back with me to see where they are trying to say they can censor what we're talking about and then identify whatever we're talking about as hate speech. Yeah, we need to figure that part out. So I'm not using. I'm locked out of Twitter. So if y'all like sending me stuff on Twitter right now, I might get the notification, but I can't respond because I am completely locked out of Twitter. So that's what's going on there. So if y'all was wondering, that's what's happening. Yeah. They did the Silverback done. She's, this is hateful speech. Oh, stop. Get your ass off my page. That's why you're blocked anyway. So you had to go look at from another burner. I guess I haven't blocked yet. I guess I need to figure out which that one is. And I told you, I told you from the jump, this person's an agent, man. And so I blocked that person right off the rip. And ever since has been complaining about how they can't get on certain stages in FBA spaces because certain people said that they would never allow me on their stage. You damn right. I have no desire to speak to you at all. I mean, you look like Ohar from Coming to America with a wig on. I'm cool. We have nothing to conversate about at all. Because my community, and I have no say in that. That's a you thing. We over here are just black. Well, yeah, man. Oh, okay. So this is the type of shit you do with black folks. Got it. You know, and I would have to suspect that person and individual didn't do it all by themselves, you know, because there's other skin bleachers around that have weird proclivities as well. So anyway, y'all make sure that you still stay tuned to that. Looking like a silverback with a wig on. Yep. Say it ain't so. And see, so for Twitter, we are keeping our smooth stones at the ready because we are always ready for Satan and ready to knock out that lie with the stone of truth. So again, y'all have a blessed night. I'll see you next time in the next video. Y'all be blessed. Black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yeah. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.